by settling into a position that feels supportive and steady, allowing the body to rest without needing to hold itself together. And as your eyes close or soften, bring awareness to the simple fact that in this moment, nothing is being asked of you. Nothing is happening to you, and you are safe right now. And let that recognition sink in gently as you breathe naturally. Because today's work is about understanding how fear of pain and anticipation are created, not by reality, but by the mind's blending of memory and imagination. And as you listen, you are not required to confront anything, relive anything, or force yourself into calm. Because the nervous system learns best when it feels respected rather than rushed. With each breath, imagine that the body is receiving permission to pause, to step out of the future and out of the past, and rest in the present where sensations are neutral and manageable. You may begin to notice that fear often feels immediate and urgent. Yet it is usually fueled by thoughts of what might happen rather than what is happening now. And the subconscious mind does not always distinguish between a memory from long ago, an image imagined seconds ago, and an actual present event. So the body reacts as though pain is imminent even when nothing is occurring. Today, you are gently teaching your nervous system that anticipation does not equal protection, that predicting pain does not reduce it, and that the mind can learn to separate these experiences clearly, allowing the body to relax. As you breathe, imagine creating gentle mental space, as though three experiences are being laid out separately. One is the past, made of memories stored in the brain. Another is the future, made of imagination. And the third is the present moment, where your body is supported, breathing, and safe. Notice how different these feel when clearly distinguished, and how the present is quieter, less dramatic, less threatening. Many dental fears were formed when the nervous system learned to associate certain sensations with danger. Yet, the brain often exaggerates these associations over time, amplifying expected pain beyond what is actually felt, and anticipation becomes more uncomfortable than sensation itself. As you recognize this, allow your body to experience relief in knowing that you are not required to solve pain by fearing it in advance. Now imagine that each breath you take gently signals to the emotional brain that it no longer needs to prepare for something that is not occurring now. This is not denial, it is accuracy. The body can learn to respond to what is real rather than what is imagined. Bring your awareness softly into physical sensations you can feel right now, such as the contact of your body with the surface beneath you, the rhythm of your breathing, the temperature of the air on your skin, grounding attention in what is actually present. Notice how these sensations are neutral, not threatening, and allow the nervous system to register this fact. This grounding is teaching the subconscious a powerful lesson, that attention placed in the present reduces fear rather than increases it. If thoughts about pain arise, simply notice them as mental events, not instructions, not predictions, just thoughts moving through awareness, and allow them to pass without engaging or arguing with them, because the goal is not to eliminate thoughts, change how much authority they hold over the body. Imagine now that you are gently dimming the intensity of anticipation, like turning down a volume knob, not all the way, but enough to make it manageable and distant. As the anticipation softens, the body begins to realize that it does not need to brace itself constantly, and muscles that have been holding tension for a long time can begin to loosen without effort. This is how the nervous system stands down, not through force, but through clarity. Now, imagine the mind learning a new pattern. When a thought of future discomfort appears, the body pauses and checks the present moment first, rather than reacting automatically. This pause becomes a skill, an internal habit, and with repetition, it becomes natural. Notice how comforting it is to know that sensation itself is often brief and tolerable, while anticipation can last hours, days, or weeks, exhausting the nervous system unnecessarily. As this understanding sinks deeper, allow yourself to feel compassion for the part of you that feared pain as a way to stay safe, recognizing that it was never foolish or weak, only misinformed. And as information updates, fear no longer needs to work as hard. Imagine now gently introducing the idea of a dental setting as a concept, not an experience, just a word or image, and observe how your body responds while you remain grounded in the present. Notice that even if subtle sensations arise, you are still breathing, still supported, still capable of staying with yourself, and nothing is spiraling out of control. This teaches the nervous system that anticipation does not require escalation. If your mind begins to imagine worst-case scenarios, gently remind yourself that imagination is not prophecy, and that the future has not yet occurred. Bring attention back to sensation, breath, and contact, allowing the body to re-anchor. Over time, this practice weakens the habit of catastrophic anticipation. Now imagine that the emotional brain is learning to trust that discomfort, if it ever appears, can be responded to in the moment, rather than feared endlessly beforehand. This trust reduces the need to scan for danger, allowing calm to emerge naturally. As you continue listening, feel the growing separation between thought and sensation, between memory and now, between imagination and reality. Each separation creates relief. Allow that relief to spread through the jaw, the shoulders, the abdomen, places where anticipation often accumulates. The nervous system begins to recognize that pain expectations are optional narratives, not facts, and that letting go of them does not increase risk, it reduces suffering. Now rest in the awareness that the present moment is always more manageable than anticipated futures, and that your body has the capacity to respond intelligently if needed, without preloading fear. As this session gradually moves toward completion, let this understanding settle deeply into the subconscious, where future reactions are shaped, knowing that with continued practice, anticipation will lose its dominance, and calm, accurate awareness will take its place. When you eventually return your attention outward, you may notice a subtle lightness, as though a burden has been set down, because the nervous system no longer has to live in a future that does not yet exist. Carry this learning with you, allowing it to gently influence how you think, feel, and respond, knowing that fear of pain fades when the mind learns to live where safety already exists. Here,